Hi everybody, this is Doug Giles. Welcome back to the Creative Restoration channel. Today I kind of want to keep with the theme of my previous video, which has to do with pool tables. In my previous video, I gave some tips on how to go about buying a used pool table. Maybe I kind of put the cart before the horse a little bit with that, and I probably should have started off with this video, which is letting people know what the different types of pool tables are. So, what type of pool tables are there? Some people think that there's basically just two pool tables. There's, coin-operated pool tables and everything else. Well, no. There's basically three different types of pool tables that you're going to run across. Yes, you're going to come across coin-operated pool tables, and yes, there are other tables out there, but the three main types of pool tables are home pool tables, commercial pool tables, and coin-operated pool tables. And there's a fourth category that I'll get into at the end of this video that I think you should avoid, but let's wait and I'll discuss that then. So, with pool tables, you basically have two different categories, really. You've got one-piece slates and you've got multiple-piece slates. And I say multiple-piece slate tables because they don't just come in the three-piece variety. I've seen them in as much as 5 pieces. And that, you're getting into some specialty tables there, snooker and carom tables that, very large tables that you may need to break it up into 5 pieces in order to be able to transport that around. But the vast, overwhelming majority of tables that you're ever going to run across are going to be 3-piece. So let's start off with the one-piece slate tables. Your one-piece slate tables are going to be all coin-operated tables, again, with a few exceptions. Brunswick and Gandy made a couple of 3-piece coin-operated pool tables back in the, I think, 60s and 70s, maybe into the 80s. Made very, very few of them that they put coin mechanisms on there, but they were never well received, so it's pretty rare that that you'll ever run across one as a potential buyer. I've only run across a few of them in 30 years of doing pool tables, and so it's even less likely that you would run across one as a potential buyer. But for the most part, all modern type coin-operated pool tables that you're going to run across are going to be one-piece slate tables, and that's going to be the ones that look like this. Okay, they're sometimes referred to as a bar box pool table or a bar box. So what are the advantages of them? Really, in all actuality, I can only think of 3 real distinct advantages to a bar box table or a coin-operated table. Number one, they're easy to move. They're easy to get in and get out of a location. That's 2 of them right there. They're easy to get in, they're easy to get out. That's 2 of them. The other advantage, they're built very robust. Okay? Other than that, for a homeowner, I can't think of very many other reasons why. I can't think of very many other advantages. The disadvantages. They can be very inconsistent as far as the ball roll on them. There are only 4 points to level that table. You've got the 4 legs, and that's pretty much it. Although there are a couple of beams that run across underneath the pool table, underneath the slate, that you can put shims underneath there and kind of bend that slate upwards. You can never go down. You can only bend it upwards a little bit. In all actuality, there's only 4 points that you can level that table from. Another disadvantage is the cloth gets glued down on the play surface as opposed to true upholstery work, which uses either tacks or staples. So you're mainly gonna find a coin-operated pool table in a bar room, maybe a bowling alley, or some place that predominantly deals with coins, an arcade. Okay, and you're really not going to find them in a true pool hall. Now, I know there are some places out there, and I'm probably going to catch some flack over this in the comments, but if you own a business and you have 20 coin-operated pool tables in there, I'm sorry, in my book, you're not a real pool hall. You're more of an arcade, okay? A true pool hall is going to have commercial pool tables. And that gets us over into three-piece slate tables, or multiple-piece slate tables. The most common multi-piece slate table that you're going to run across is going to be a three-piece slate table, and it's going to be a home table. They're characterized by, number one, they're not built as stout as a coin-operated table or a commercial table, which is the third type of table. They're built for a home setting. They're not built to take years and years and years of use and abuse. They're built for, a family to play on the table occasionally, maybe even every day. That's perfectly fine. But it's not made for 15 different sets of people coming in, playing on that table all day, every day for years on end. They're just not made for that. But they are made for recreational playing, and they're made very well for recreational playing. So your home pool tables, and forgive me, I'm going to look down here. I've got some notes here on my computer that I've laid out because there are some things that I want to touch on. The advantages of your home pool tables is that you have a wide variety of styles. There are so many different styles and colors to choose from, and different wood patterns, different wood species that you can choose from. There are even some tables that are completely skinned out in metal. There's just so many different options for home pool tables. Pretty much anything that you want to match the decor of your house, and the colors of cloths are endless. So, you can really customize a home pool table to match the decor of your home perfectly. They're typically going to be 3 pieces of slate, which means with 3 pieces of slate, I have no less, any technician, and I'm going to use myself as here for a moment, I have no less than 16 different points that I can level your table from. Now, I've got three pieces of slate with 4 points on each one. That's 3 times 4, so that's 12, plus my 4 legs. That's 16 points. So I can pretty much fine-tune that table to within 1/1000th of an inch over an 8-foot span. That's pretty accurate, which means that over an 8-foot span, your table should, or the balls should not drift at all. With home pool tables too, you've got a wider price range. With brand new pool tables, you're going to have a wider price range. Anywhere you can buy brand new home pool tables with slate, and I'm not saying these are the best ones, but you can buy them for as little as $1,500. That's not installed or anything like that, but you can get them for as little as $1,500. And they go up from there into the tens of thousands, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's see. I said they've already been, they're almost exclusively used in a home setting. You're going to have a greater variety of leg options on home pool tables as well. Anything from turned legs to ball and claw legs, floor to slate legs, which means that that from the bottom at the floor all the way up to the underside of the slate, the leg goes clean all the way up too. The other type is you've got the cabinet of the table and the leg attaches to the bottom of the cabinet. But there's all kinds of different styles available to you, and you can really find, like I said, you can really find something that's going to match your decor of your home perfectly. Let's get into commercial tables now. Now, commercial tables, they're built very similar to a home pool table in that they're 3 pieces of slate. But that's kind of where they part ways. They both have 3 pieces of slate. They both have no less than 16 different points that you can level them from. But that's where they part ways. On a commercial table, it's not uncommon to see a commercial table that's been in a pool hall or that goes into a pool hall. It'll stay there for 60 years. That is not unheard of. It's not uncommon. There are still pool halls out there across America that have pool tables in there that are close to 100 years old. and they're playing on the same tables that they started out with. So, commercial tables are built very robust. I mean, again, they're built to have, you know, people come in, maybe as many as 4 to 6 people playing on a table at one time, all day long, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year for 50 to 60 years, and they'll take it. They will take that kind of use and abuse. Now, coin-operated tables, they're built for that kind of use as well. The difference with the coin-operated table and the commercial tables is who they go to. Who's going to be the user of those tables? Like I said, coin-operated tables typically going to go to a bar. Bar rooms change hands, and when the bar room changes hands, the new bar owner is probably going to want a different amusement company to bring their pool tables in, which means the old company has to take their tables out, the new company puts their tables in. They don't have 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours per table to devote to installing each one of those tables. So if a bar room has let's say 4 tables in their bar, if you tried to put commercial pool tables in there, that could be as much as 16 hours to install all 4 of those tables. Whereas a coin-operated pool table, they can come in and they can install those tables in about 20 minutes each. For good technicians, 20 minutes each is about all it takes to install a coin-operated table. Now, if you're looking to buy a used coin-operated pool table, keep in mind, you can't go up a flight of stairs with them. I mean, we're talking about a piece of equipment here that weighs close to 1,000 pounds. I'll never forget, I went to do a pool table. Well, I got called out because a potential customer had started to move their pool table up a flight of stairs. They had a slight bend in the stairwell. And the way that the ceiling was in the stairwell, they got the pool table in kind of at an angle, and it jammed. Well, I got there, I looked at it, and I told him, I said, "You're on your own." And I turned around and I walked out. Don't ever try to put a coin-operated pool table on a second floor. As far as moving a coin-operated pool table, they're extremely easy to move. The way you do it, you lift up one side, you take the leg levelers off of one side of the table, drop it down, it'll be on a slight angle, a 4-wheel dolly goes underneath, and then you tip the table onto that 4-wheel dolly, strap it around that dolly so it's nice and firm on the dolly, and then you go up a ramp onto a trailer or a lift gate on a truck and strap it down to the truck or trailer and be on your merry way. Same thing in reverse to get it back off. So if you buy a used coin-operated table, you can move it yourself, but I would still advise that you call up an amusement company, since they're best equipped to do that, to move those types of tables. Call up an amusement company, open the phone book. I know phone books are kind of antiquated these days, but open a phone book and look up amusement, or get online, look up amusement companies in your area. They're better equipped to move those coin-operated tables because that's what they do on a daily basis. Now, when it comes to home pool tables and commercial pool tables, that's when you're really going to need a specialist to move them. To disassemble one, it takes me, and I've been doing this 30 years now, it takes me about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes to disassemble one and get it loaded into the truck. To get one reassembled on a commercial table, it can take upwards of 3. Takes me about 3 hours to put one back together. If I'm putting new cloth back on one, it could take upwards of 4 hours. Now, on a home pool table, that time's reduced a little bit because there aren't quite as many nuts, bolts, and screws on a home pool table. That, and I'm more familiar, after doing so many home pool tables, I pretty much, like I said, know every nut, bolt, and screw. I get in there and I'm sorting out all my hardware, and I can install a home pool table in about 2.5 hours, start to finish. That includes upholstery and everything. But again, the advantages, the technical advantages of a home pool table are very close to the technical advantages of a commercial pool table, with the one exception being how robust it's built. And again, if you're not putting it in a location where you expect it to get a lot of abuse, a home pool table is more than adequate for 99% of all customers. Now, if you want to spend the extra money, or if the opportunity comes up and you can buy a commercial pool table, then by all means do. If it's in good shape, if the rails aren't completely chewed up and the frames on the slates are not completely chewed up from years of being reupholstered, then by all means buy a commercial table. They will last a very, very long time. So to recap, again, you've got three different predominant types of pool tables: home pool tables, commercial pool tables, and coin-operated pool tables. Now, I said at the beginning of the video I was going to go into one other type of table, and I don't really consider these actual pool tables. I more consider these toys, and that's going to be anything that doesn't have a slate play surface, okay? So if you run across something and it says Slatetron, or it says honeycomb slate, basically what a honeycomb slate is this stuff right here. It's cardboard. It's lots and lots of cardboard stacked on end with the corrugations pointing up, and it's the entire playfield made out of this cardboard. It's extremely rigid in the downward motion, not very rigid side to side, laterally. And usually what they'll do is they'll put a piece of melamine, or I think it's melamine or melamine. Somebody correct me in the comments. But anyway, they'll put a flat piece of very true material on top. It might be press board, it might be melamine, but it's going to go right glued to the top. Now, these tables are not meant to be serviced. They're typically glued and screwed together, glued, screwed, stapled together. You'll play heck trying to get them pulled back apart. You won't be able to recover them or replace the rubber on them. So, and again, these are pool tables, or these are tables, and I call them game tables because they're not a true pool table. But you can expect online, there are some online retailers of these, and they start around $450 and go up to maybe $700. They're not true pool tables. Don't ever think they are. Now, I'm not saying that these game tables don't have their purpose. They do. Maybe if you've got some kids that you want them to have some entertainment, and you don't mind putting out that $450 to $700 on it, then by all means go ahead and get it. And if you don't mind throwing it away when everything is all said and done, once that table has used up its usefulness or the life has worn out of it, if you don't mind throwing it away, then by all means get it. Just understand it's not going to play like a true slate bed pool table will. So I hope that's cleared up some misconceptions that you may have had, or at least maybe have been some food for thought for you. And if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to write your answers down in the or write your questions down in the comments section. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll look for you on the next video. Thanks.